Hey guys, this is Tim. Welcome back to another episode of Boone County Beekeeper. Now, been an eventful week for sure. You can see we got another swarm. Let me tell you what's going on. In that last video, if you remember, I went down to a single brood chamber on that one colony there. After that video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go out, me and my dad, to take all my swarm traps down. Figured we was done for the year. Well, we took them all down, and we got up there on Saturday evening to the last trap that we had. And when we got there, seen a lot of scout activity. And I told him, I said, let's just leave it up for another week, and we'll see what happens. Well, sure enough, I'd say we probably had it in the box by Sunday. They're carrying in pollen. It looks real good. So with that being said, it cures a problem that I had, and that is this. If you remember this colony here in the May beehive, that's the swarm that we caught down there at the cemetery. It does not have a queen, guys. I've looked and looked. I even come back up Tuesday evening, and there is no queen in there. Did see some eggs, seen some larvae, but it's all drone larvae, and got a laying worker. Starting to get a laying worker, so hopefully the one that we caught here today, we're going to transfer. Hopefully that will take care of this. I hope that this colony here has a queen, a good laying queen. If it does, we'll go ahead and we'll do a newspaper combine on these two, and then everything I have up here will be queen right. So that's a good thing. Now, I said it's an eventful week. Let me tell you what, I come up last night. Come up here and I come in this yard to get everything ready right before dark. And when I got up here, the neighbor down here, he stopped me. And he said, hey, he said, we've had a visitor. And boy, have we ever. It was a big old bear. He had it on video down there. But I'm going to say 250, 300 pound easy. Big bear. It tore up a camera that he had down there hanging on a tree, and you know where it came. It comes straight here. And guys, listen, the fence worked. I come up and everything was still standing, which tickled me to death. And I come around the back side there and I looked, and there was his tracks, and he had come in from the woods here. And what happened was is he come up and he stuck his head through that wire. And when he did that, I guess it popped him. And he whirled. You could see there the dirt where he'd whirled. And when he did his head, it must have tore up. It bent some of my fence. It broke a couple of the insulators. I've got it all taped up for right now. We had power on it last night. And in my truck there, I have some new insulators. So before I leave here today, I'm going to take care of that. Now, guys, that's not good. A buddy of mine, actually this past weekend, he just lost a couple hives there due to a bear. So they're bad here. I told you this is bear central right here for sure. Now, that has convinced me. I've been leaning towards starting another yard, and that has convinced me. I think that's what I'm going to do. Don't like the idea of having all my eggs in one basket, I guess you could say. And if I could have half here and half somewhere else, I believe it'd be a little bit better. And at least if a bear did get in here or at the other location, I wouldn't be completely wiped out. So I think that's what I'm going to try to concentrate on here this winter. So that being said, this swarm trap right here, this was the last one we was going to pull. And man, it's way back in a holler, and it was back on a strip road, and back in the booger woods. I don't know if these guys has even seen people before. I don't know. But listen, way back in there. I'm anxious to see what we got. It's always been a good-looking place, and I put a trap there last year, but it was too late, I think, and we didn't have any luck. So, guys, that makes 5. We've caught 5, and it started out very slow, but we finished strong. It was 5 swarms we caught in traps, all of them queen right except this one. And then, if you remember, I shook 2 out of this pine tree over here. So, total of 7. 2 was my own. But that's a pretty doggone good year. So, I'll take it. So, we're going to get in here today. Got a lot of work to do, and we're going to see what we got. Hopefully, we got a queen. We will see. I hope that we do. Don't know anything about them. That's what I like about this swarm trapping. You don't never know what you're going to get. So I had them all kind of scrunched up and scooted over here last night. The first thing we'll do is we'll set them over here out of the way. I'm going to slide this one back into its place. We'll transfer these frames into the box. It's going to be the top box. And then we'll see what we got in our trap, transfer them in here into this May beehive. And I'm going to do some other work here today. But got a lot of things going on, so I'm going to try to get in and get out. This is Saturday. It's June the 10th. And I'm going to guess it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Going to be in the 80s here today, guys. So it's going to be a fairly warm day for sure. And I wanted to get up here a little early. Nectar flow almost over. They've slowed way down. And I'm going to be honest, guys. Not real pleased with the flow that we've seen up here on this poplar. It just didn't do what it did in other places. So I don't know. That's another reason I'm looking at maybe taking a few of these out. Time will tell, I guess. So I'm going to get into them here a little bit later. But let's get in here and we'll get these girls taken care of. Anxious to see what we got in the box. And we'll I've got a 10 frame deep right here. And I'm just going to set him right here. I'll set him over here. And what we'll do is we'll frame by frame, we'll put in this box, and then we'll be ready to transfer. So let's see what we got here, guys. Now, like this, good looking little bees, but no queen. Starting to develop a laying worker. Now, hang on, I gotta get my hive tool. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I hope you can see all that. Let me scoot this trap back just a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. We'll get in here and transfer these frames over and we'll see what we got in the box. That's what I'm wanting to really see. I'm anxious to see what they look like. These, I also brought some feed. I'm gonna put some feed on a few of these girls here today to get them going. They're all kind of small. All the swarms have been small this year. They really have. So we need to take one more glance, make sure we're still without a queen. I don't see one. Now I did, tell you what I did do. I did put a frame of brood in here. And they did, looks like they tried to build a cell. I done that Tuesday. But they're just putting nectar everywhere. But I think we get these combined. If we got a queen, this will make us a good little colony here, I do believe. So we'll see. Not a lot of bees in here. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm looking under. I do see a larva down in there, but I see cells that's got all kinds. Oh, there's that cell right there. They made a cell. This must be the frame that I gave them. So we'll get rid of that. They made a cell, but we'll get rid of that. Give me just a second, guys, and we'll get started here. I want to be double sure. It's my third time here, and I've never seen a queen like this. I've seen cells that had 4 and 5 eggs in a cell, so I think we definitely got us a laying worker. Just backfilling. They're backfilling everything with nectar. So, oh well. Hey, you never know. Like I said, you never know what you're going to get. They're trying to build a cell here, but nothing in. That had to be one of their cells. Nothing to build it with. I see larvae in there, but it's gotta be drone larvae, so we'll find out for sure. Alright, so that's about all we got. Two and a half frames of bees on that. So we'll put these girls on the top and we'll go from there. So now, let's get in here, see what we got. They're roaring pretty good. Alright, so we got the box squared away. Alright guys, let's see what we got in the swarm trap. I've been looking at this place for a long time. Good looking spot, man. It really, really is. So we'll see. Been very lucky this year on the swarms. I'm telling you, been very, very. Boy, that's a good looking swarm. Very lucky, and I said that's 5. So that's a pretty good year for me. All right, so we got some bees on the lid. Do not see the queen. We've done this a few times this year, haven't we? That's good. I like free bees. All right. Let's hope that there's a queen in there. Nothing on this frame here. Okay. I believe this little maybe hive's going to be a pretty good one now. Oh, those good looking bees. I'm gonna come over here where you can see it. That's just building it out. Nectar and pollen is what that is. I see some big drones in there. Hopefully you can see that. See some big drones, good looking bees. Okay, there's frame number 1. We'll turn that around this way. Maybe they'll build that out. So let's see what frame number 2, which is the old brood comb. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, that's some old comb right there. They are repairing that comb. What I will do, I will change this out here. If not today, eventually. They're building some here, and I see eggs in there. So we've definitely got a queen. That's a great sign. I see eggs down in that comb. So we'll go from there. I do not see her, but that's okay. We know she's here. Plenty of time to find her. Hopefully you can see that. Eggs on that side as well. So we are queen right if she made the trip last night. I've been wondering about this laying worker situation. I have had that a little bit before. I got into a little situation here with a nuke not too long ago. And, oh yeah. So here we go. I got into that situation with a nuke over here. And what I did is I just combined them and they done fine. So that seems to work pretty well. Good looking bees, man, they really are. So queen, I don't know where she's at. I do not see her. Don't even know what she looks like. So we got plenty of time to find her in the days ahead. We'll get them combined and we will get some feed on them. Let them do their thing. Let's see, in that right there, I see some eggs, yes. So definitely queen right. So what we'll do is we'll let swarm number 5 hopefully fix swarm number 4, which was queenless. So we will see. This all worked out pretty good. So I got one more guys, and we'll see what we got. A few down in the bottom. Okay, it's a pretty good sized swarm. Nectar frame. See nectar everywhere. And right there's my little lovely lady right there. I don't know if you can see her. She's that little queen right there. She's pretty. Getting ready to go over. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get her in the box. That's what we'll do. And I could go ahead and mark her. I think that I will. We can get everything ready here. We'll put a little pink dot on her if we can find her again. See what we got. That way we'll know. Like I told you guys, I always daub that a little bit. There she is. She's still on that frame. All right, we got her in there. So let's wait till she comes up. You got to really, really be careful with these guys. All right, she's in there. So let's get her a pink dot on her, and we'll see what we can do. I'm glad we got a queen. So glad. All right, little lady, you sit real still. All right, there's a pink dot. She is marked. We'll set her right there for a few minutes and let her do her thing, let her dry. So let's talk for a minute. Guys, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't live in bear country, guys, you ought to be thankful, because let me tell you, these bears, they are so destructive. They tear up everything. They do. They tore that camera up on this guy down here. No doubt, if that bear would have got in here, I would have been ruined, because, man, she would have had at it for sure. Hey, listen, the fence, I'm going to say this. I paid a little money for all this, but that fence paid for itself the other night. It did. It's paid for. So, can you imagine losing all this? That's a lot of money. A lot more money than what I got in this fence. So if you live in bear country, if you don't have a bear fence, you definitely need to put one up. It will save you for sure. So, okay, they're freaking out. So let's get this little lady in here. And like I said, I always wait. So there she's out of the way. Here she comes. And there she goes. She's on the frame. Down in she goes. So we got a marked queen. What I do is I'll take this marker and I'll put on this lid a little pink dot. I mark them different colors. If I don't know how old they are, I go ahead and mark them whatever color. But, you know, I know this year's queen's red. So we'll go ahead and finish filling it up. We'll combine these girls, and hopefully everything will go well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right there's 10. Hive tool right here. Straighten them up. Now, these gloves, I love them and I hate them. These gloves. So we'll get us a newspaper here. The old Coal Valley News. The old Coal Valley News. And you know what? My dad actually tore an ad out of that one, so hang on. We'll get one on here. So there's that. Okay. What I do, I've showed you before, I just put me a piece of newspaper on. And we'll go ahead. We will just put us a couple little slits here and yonder. Just a little dab. You put about 5. Alright, so there's that. Take these ladies. We'll put them right here. So they are officially combined. Make sure I got them squared up. So I hope that will fix our laying worker problem. I think that it will. And we will come up in one more week. They usually eat through that newspaper in just 2 or 3 days, so we'll be okay. And we will go right ahead and we'll let them do their thing. Next week when we come up, we'll take this top box. I'll shake all the bees down in the bottom, and then we'll go from there. So guys, that's about it on this video. I want to ask you, if you don't care, if you're watching, if you're new and you've not been on here before, how about hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. That really helps me get my material out, and I sure do appreciate a comment. I love the comments, guys, I do. Drop me a line, let me know where you're from, and we'll chat a little bit. I like to talk to different people from different places, but hopefully this will work out. We'll see. And guys, until next time, I'd like to say God bless you, God bless your family, God bless your bees. I hope that you and your family are well. I hope everything is going good in your life and continues to do so. So guys, thank you for being here, and I just want to say this is Tim, the Boone County Beekeeper. Thanks for stopping by.